look who we have here, our little runaway from Earth. I sense we're destined to become fast friends. Welcome to Mystipology. My name is Evangeline Mistral. I assume the headmistress has already briefed you on the beginner classes you'll be attending today? Excellent. I presume you're somewhat acquainted with the concepts of geography, history, and astronomy. This class is quite unique. Mystipology is the study of the mystic species, akin to anthropology, which focuses on humans. It incorporates elements from biology, history, and geography all wrapped into one fascinating subject. Whilst you won't be required to delve deep into Mystipology throughout your education at Alfea, grasping the basics is essential. I'll do my best to cover as much ground as I can. As you are already aware, mystics are a crossbreed between elves and humans. Whilst the common belief is that it's a straightforward 50-50 mix of DNA, the reality is more complex. In truth, the DNA of humans and elves amalgamates in such a way that it creates an entirely new genetic makeup. No mystic can be considered more elf or more human than another. We are all equally so, and our genetic similarity is consistent across the board. Initially, there was a hypothesis that magical potential might be linked to a higher concentration of elven DNA, but this has proven to be untrue. The scientific term for a mystic is magus extraordinarius, which translates to extraordinary mage. Mystics exhibit a wide range of variations, much like humans. We display diverse hair, eye, and skin colors. However, unlike humans, our hair and eye colors can be quite unique, far beyond what is natural on Earth. Some of us even boast purple or orange eyes. Overall, our coloring tends to be more vibrant and saturated compared to the human, although this is just an average observation. The most significant distinction among mystics is what we refer to as our magical potential, colloquially known as Winx. It quantifies the extent of the full spectrum of magic a mystic can manipulate and is a defining characteristic of each mystic. Your magical potential defines your class. Based on current observations, a variety of environmental and miscellaneous factors, not solely genetics, influence your affinity for magic. Expanding your potential is possible but highly challenging, so most modern-day mystics rarely undertake this process. Various tests are available to determine your Winx, thereby guiding adolescent mystics on their chosen paths. However, every citizen of Magix is free to pursue their desired direction. There are 4 primary types of mystics. The first category is scholars. They lack the ability to control elemental forces but possess exceptional mental powers. Their talents are focused on specific niches, which can range from mathematics to sports to art. It's worth noting that individuals from other classes can also exhibit heightened aptitude, like a scholar. What sets scholars apart is their inability to exert control over matter. That is key. The second type of mystic is known as a wielder. They have the capacity to manipulate matter, but require specialized tools and weapons to do so. This class is the most common, leading to several subcategories. Some become specialists, others are sorcerers, and some pursue craftsmanship. Specialists rely on magical weapons to harness their magic, sharing many similarities with us fairies. Now, let's delve into one of the rarer forms of mystics, the Arcanist, which is what you are, a magic wielder. A mystic capable of exerting control over at least one element without relying on external tools. There are 2 subclasses within the Arcanist category, fairies and witches or wizards. They hold contrasting ideologies and maintain a friendly rivalry. Fairies undergo a transformative process once they reach a certain degree of control over their potential, sprouting wings and gaining heightened power. This is called Warlocks, or more commonly, transformation. Witches follow a similar path to fairies in their training, but focus more on practical and modern applications of magic, as opposed to the ancient and esoteric forms. Not to say each doesn't dabble in the other, of course. When a witch attains the same level of mastery as a fairy, instead of embracing transformation, they reject it entirely, following what is known as the Eternox process. This distinction separates witches from fairies. Whilst fairies can typically control more than double the number of elements compared to witches, witches or wizards are considered significantly more potent, creating a trade-off between sheer power and versatility. Lastly, we have the Mundanes, a rarity among this species. Mundanes exhibit no observable interaction with magic. The primary difference between mundanes and humans lies in their lifespan. In magics, they are not ostracized, but many individuals tend to empathize with them. There have been instances of mundanes unlocking remarkable magical potential, but as I mentioned earlier, this is not a common occurrence. I'll mention one more intriguing detail. There is, in fact, a fifth classification of mystic, about which very little information is available. They are known as Warlocks. You could count the number of times they've appeared in history on one hand, but they have existed. Initially, Warlocks were thought to be a variation on witches or wizards. In reality, a Warlock possesses a unique yet terrifying ability to undergo the Eternox process without severing their connections to the other elements. Instead, they seem to strengthen this link. Warlocks wield the heightened power of a witch or wizard, whilst accessing the entire spectrum of magic, seemingly possessing limitless magical potential. It's an exceedingly rare phenomenon, more of an intriguing tale than practical knowledge. Perhaps I can entice you to join my class when you begin later this year. That pretty much covers everything. Feel free to ask any questions you may have, and I'll do my best to provide prompt answers. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching episode 4 of Welcome to Alfea, and a massive thank you to Lisa for becoming Evangeline Mistral this episode. I gave you a really wordy script, so thank you so much for taking it and breathing life into it. It's been so amazing to have your support on this project. If you haven't already, you should go and check her out on YouTube at Lisa Fevral for Winx and fashion content. All of the applicable links will be in the description. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in class next time.